Hey everyone, this is Black Hut Design. Hey everyone, my name is Mark and this is Black Hut Design. Thanks for coming in, I do appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down on the bottom. It really does help out the channel a lot. If you have already subscribed, thank you, I do appreciate it. Hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button. You'll get a notification anytime I put up a new video. Just make sure if you're using a mobile device that notifications are allowed, otherwise you won't get it, obviously. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Alright, so what we're going to do in this video is we are going to build a basic workbench. I have some preliminary designs. Actually, I don't have preliminary designs. I'm going to basically do it on the fly. I'm going to write out the measurements and stuff. I've already purchased the materials. Just a matter of cleaning the area and getting going. So, what do you say we stop by cleaning up this area? All right, so basically what my plan is I have an area of 7 feet that I was going to do my workbench. So it'd be 7 feet. And then it's going to be 24 inches deep. Okay, so that'll be 24 here. For the top, I'm going to be using 2 by 6 by 8. Okay, and then on the side, it's going to be 7 feet long. I want the height of the desk to be 36 inches. So we're going to have 1.5 for the 2 by 4. Or excuse me, the 2 by 6. And then we're going to have 3.5 for the 2 by 4 for the base, which is a total of 5 inches. So my legs are going to be 31 inches long. So I'm going to have 4 legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a support in the middle here, where this opening here is going to be 2 feet with no shelf. And then this area here is going to be 5 feet with a shelf that's going to be 12 inches off the ground. So that's my basic plan for this build here. I can guarantee I will be modifying along the way. So what do you say let's start getting the wood and let's start the build. I double check the distance again just to be sure. We're exactly 31 inches. I've already cut one board. Came out 31 inches. Let's see if this works so I don't have to measure every single board. This should keep it nice and square, butted up against there. Let's turn the table saw on. Alright, so we'll take this, pop that down there. Let's see if this is going to work. 31 inches. Beautiful. So we'll take the board that I already cut. Perfect. Alright, so our next step is the 4 corners need to be double. So I gotta glue those together and we're gonna have to wait for a little bit to finish the rest. So let's get to some gluing. I hate gluing. All right, how many of you caught my measurement was wrong at the beginning? 5 inches. So my legs are going to be 31 inches long. So I'm gonna have to improvise on this a little bit. I didn't take into consideration the cross beam going across. I measured it on top of the legs. Won't be strong enough to do it that way. So I'm going to have to add pieces on the legs on the top and the bottom to bring it up, because otherwise the bench is going to be about 32 inches down, which is going to be below my waist, which is too low. So I can't believe I did that. But what I've got to do now is I got to glue the legs together, set those up, and while the glue is drying, what I'll do is I'll create the frame. That should work. All right, let's get to some gluing. All right, so change of plan in the middle of the plan. I'm not going to glue them together like this. If I was going to do some type of joint up here, then I would probably go this way, but I think we'll do this, go this way. So a little bit easier that way too. So let me get some clamps. I can do 4 of these, okay? And I use Gorilla Glue. I really like Gorilla Glue. It's a little more expensive, but it works really well. So Gorilla Glue, and not being sponsored by them, but it works really well. All right, so this is very easy. There we go. This lined up nice. Throw a couple of brads in it just to hold it together. Take the clamps. Don't know what just fell over there. Right. Get that side together. And that side together. And this needs to sit for an hour or so. Brand new clamps that my daughter got me for Father's Day. First time using them. When you clamp it, a little side note, just make sure that the wood doesn't shift. Let's clamp nice and tight. We'll let that sit. Got the monster size Gorilla Glue here. Pop this open. Alright, so you got the 4 corner legs glued and clamped. We're gonna have to wait roughly about an hour. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some supports going across to raise them up a little bit. God, I wish I didn't have to do that, but alright, so this is brad nailed and glued. I'm going to throw some screws in it to strengthen it. Oops. Yeah. It'd be a lot easier doing it this way. Yep. Yep. Let's do the other side. Okay, so that's nice and solid now. That's not going anywhere. Alright, so now what we need to do is I'm going to need to cut 4 more 24-inch boards. I already have it set up. Let's get that done. So, get the legs all made. Now what I gotta do is I gotta lay out the bench, figure out the length that I'm gonna do. I'm pretty sure it's 7 feet. Make the frame for the top, attach the legs, flip it over, and then install the top. So I think I bought way too many 2x4s, but I'm eventually up here. I'm gonna put a shelf in. So let's get the frame done. Got the frame all built out here. Now what I gotta do is move some of this junk so I could flip it over and start working on the top. Wahoo! Alright, I've got the shell all done. This thing's pretty solid. What we're going to do now is I got to put a shelf in here. I got to cut 2 supports, and then the plywood's going to go over the top. So, here we go. Alright, so I am at the final stage right now. I have my 2x6s up on the top of the workbench here. They are glued together right now. Like I say, before I used the Gorilla Glue, so these things have been sitting for about an hour, so they probably should be together. The issue I have is I have a 24-inch clamps. My distance is 27 inches, so I had to do it in 2 pieces. I've got to figure out a way to clamp the 2 pieces together, and then that way I can start working on smoothing out the bench top. So I think I could take these off now. They look probably good. Let's take a look. I wonder if I think that'll work. Alright, we're going to try that. I guess what I'm going to do. Put this up on end. Get my glue. Okay. Spread that out. Okay. Okay, so we've got that lined up, and like I said, I don't have a long enough clamp, so what I'm going to do is go like this, go like this. See if this works. Okay. That actually looks pretty good. Looks like it could work. Alright, so that's all clamped up right now. That actually worked. I'm surprised that it did. Alright, we gotta let that dry for a little bit, and I'll be back probably about an hour, and we'll pop this on and stop cleaning it down. Everything should be dried up right now. I am going to take the clamps off, and let's see how this bench top came out. Never did this before, so I had to get a little funky with the clamps, because the clamps I had weren't long enough. Yeah. Hopefully this works. So let's take a look and see how this desktop came out. Yeah, this came out nice. This desk, this workbench is nice. What I'm going to do now is, for Father's Day, I got an electric planer. I haven't used it yet. I think I'm going to unbox that thing and let's try smoothing this out, see if I can get it any smoother. See what I can do. Worst comes to worst, if I mess it up, I just flip it over. So let's go get the planer. Alright, what I'm going to try, oops, I need the dust collection bag. This is going to, should throw out like shavings. So the way it says is you start the nose down, and then when you get to the end you lift up. So oh, that's nice. Does make a mess though. I had it on the wrong setting. Got the workbench all done. Came out just the way that I wanted. It's pretty close to the specs that I had at the beginning of the video. Had to do a couple of minor modifications just because I made a mistake with some measuring. We're at the point right now where I have to secure the top to the base and then finish the top. Let's get gotta screw this thing in. Alright, so what I'm going to do to secure it is I'm going to put a little bit of glue. And the weight of this thing is actually going to hold it down, so. And just to give it a little added force, I'm going to add some clamps on it. I think the weight would probably do good, but might as well make sure it's really zonked on there. And while I'm letting that glue set up and dry, I'm going to start cleaning the top off, so to get it ready to be stained, I'm going to put a coat of polyurethane, a couple of coats of polyurethane on it, get a nice hard coat on it. So got to get all this dirt and dust and everything off. Alright, so I got a nice brush, I got my poly. I'm going to get a damp cloth, go over this to make sure I got all the dust off, and probably about an hour I'll pull these clamps off and we're going to stain the top. Well, not stain, we're going to put poly on the top of this. And we're pretty much going to be done. I do have some trim that I was going to put on the front here. I'm still debating on whether to do that. So we'll see. But let's get this top finished here. Alright, so it's been sitting for about an hour. I'm going to take the clamps off right now. Give it a quick damp wipe, make sure I get all the dust off, and we're going to start polyurethaning the top of the workbench. Alright, first thing we need to do, let's take off these clamps. Those are done. those over here out of the way. And I need to get myself a damp cloth. Forgot to get that. Okay. Didn't have a damp cloth, but I got a towel. Yeah, my wife's not going to be happy with me on this one. But let's get this wiped down. Just a quick wipe just to make sure all the dust is off. And give it 5 minutes or so to dry. Nice. Wipe down. This towel's not drenched, but enough to pick up the dust. Good. Give it a minute or two for it to dry. I'm going to open up the polyurethane. It's a water-based poly. First time I've ever used it, I used it on the other side when I was doing the office. Not a big fan of it. It works well, but you got to put a ton of coats on it. So it is what it is. So the problem with the oil base is it takes forever to dry, and the cleanup is a pain in the butt. So let's pop this top off. As you can see, it's white. Let's stir that up because it's been sitting for a little bit. The good thing with it also is there's not much of an odor to it. So let's stop polying. It's probably going to be like 5 coats. Got a couple of coats of the poly on it, and I started looking at the desk, and I really decided, at first I wasn't going to put the edge on here, but I started looking at it, and I put the edge up against it, and let me bring the camera in here so you could see what it'll look like. I ended up taking, it's a 1x2 pine, and I stained it in golden oak. I think that's going to look really sharp. So let's install this, and then we'll do some more coats of poly. All right, let's take a look at it. I think that came out really nice. Throw a couple more coats of poly on it, it's going to look nice. Oh, that's it, everyone. The workbench is done. I actually enjoyed doing it. I ended up putting a chamfer, I don't know if you could see it on the camera here, and I stained this piece of pine, and when I did the chamfer, the pine came out, so I left it. It kind of looks like a little piece of inlay. I think it looks pretty good. So now my task is to put everything back on here. Now it's straightening up everything and finding a place for everything, which was the main reason for building the bench, is so that I can get stuff off of the floor, and I can actually start doing some woodworking now. I'm looking probably, maybe tomorrow, maybe getting some. I want to build myself, or it's actually going to be a gift for my daughter for a bookshelf. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get at it tomorrow. But I got to clean this mess up and put everything where it belongs first. Alright everyone, it's taken a while, but the workbench is done. The workshop's pretty close to being done too. take a look at the bench. Let's see. It is all set. Top is made of 2x6s. I used the Win electric planer, brought them down, sanded it down. About 5 coats of polyurethane is on the top of this. Put a trim around it, put a chamfer in it, stained. It's a 1x2 pine select, and then with the chamfer I left that natural, so it kind of looks like an inlaid. Got a little fancy there. Storage shelf on the bottom down here, storage below, place for my shop vac, okay, all my stuff over there, and the table saw. I was originally gonna build this as a miter station, but I only got 7 feet, didn't have enough room. So there it is, it's done. Alright everyone, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. It was actually quite fun building this thing. A couple of modifications I had to make along the way, but I think it came out pretty good. First time I've ever built a workbench, so pretty good. I think I did pretty good. Anyway, we'll see over time. But anyway, that's going to be it the video. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Allows me to do these sort of things. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. Hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button. You get a notification anytime I put up a new video. If you're using a mobile device, just make sure that notifications are allowed. Otherwise, you're not going to get the notification. Leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And I've got a ton more videos coming, so subscribe and hit the bell icon. You'll see them when they come up. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again real soon.